Right, so we have the daily graphic all set for special voting on Monday. Clearly, we are just at it. It's just 10 days. And to think that on Monday, security agents and other people who perform special duties on election day, especially the media, all is set for the special voting on Monday. That's according to the Electoral Commission. Yesterday, the EC Chair, Jen Bensam, met with security heads during an interaction with the National Security Task Force led by Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufi-Dampare. The EC chairperson said the exercise would take place in 238 special voting centers across 276 constituencies. A total of 131,478 personnel will take part in the special voting. They've qualified to vote. The special voting is restricted to members of the security agencies, media and electoral officials who have applied and followed through the process to successful end, and they have adequate machines, BVRs, and everything needed for this to happen. And she makes the point that this is clearly a test case of how they would do on December 7th itself.
Listen, somebody has just texted me that what happened to you happened to him yesterday. The weird thing though is that you've told us which bank. This person, it happened to him at a different bank. Same thing. He says, happened to me yesterday. I made a payment twice, same time, 5:30. They said there was a tech issue, but the payment was made.
I know, from bank to bank, they're able to reverse, these transactions. So, but it's really very scary.
Yeah, it's really very scary.
So if you transfer the money and the person just cashed it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
somebody that you don't know.
In fact, when I spoke to the call center, the first person, we are hoping that the person hasn't, cleared the money.
That's what they said.
The call center person told me.
Well, that's their liability then if it happened.
Yeah, because clearly
they should hope the person hasn't taken the money, not you. You know how they make it seem like you should keep your fingers crossed.
She was telling you.
Yeah, that's
that you should hope that.
I mean, let's just pray that the person.
They should pray. I mean, you dear.
Try and not give me my money and see what will happen.
So there are also other stories on the daily graphic front page. Vote number 1 on December 7th. That's according to Dr. Bawumia. He is campaigning here in the Greater Accra region. Western region chiefs appeal to Mahama for development. Also on page 13 of the daily graphic. So I mean, it's all politics here in the paper, and the middle page has some business stories, but everything points to the fact that the election is just near and then everybody is setting ready to go.
Yesterday the Electoral Commission issued the statement about the restrictions
of the media.
And I've just been thinking about it. Because it goes down. Initially, I thought, it would just be for the main office, for the national, but it goes down to the constituency level as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that is going to work out, restricting the number of media houses that can be at the collation center at any point.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. What's the advantage of that?
Well, there's
because in the past they never restricted.
No.
So this time around they are doing it to improve what? Or to solve which problem?
I don't know the rationale, but I'm thinking of probably space, so that you don't have so many media persons at the collation center.
Space?
But again, also, then the discretion to allow which one to come is left at the thinking of the electoral officer there.
Wait a second. Wait. Space.
Well, that is a possible explanation I can come to.
So this is communication that the Electoral Commission sent to its regional directors and outlined that only 8 media houses would be accredited at each constituency collation center. 3 TV stations with 2 personnel per station and 5 radio stations with 1 representative each.
Which 3? Which 5? So for example, Joy News. In which constituencies will Joy News not be able to see what happens in the collation center? In which ones? Who is going to make that decision?
So here's what I think.
Will Joy News be part of that decision? Why does the EC even feel it has the power to determine which media houses can and cannot observe the election? Who gave them that authority?
Electoral Commission, I think, let's not create
there's something
issues
fundamentally
where there
going
aren't.
wrong here.
There's good time for you to pull back this circular to your regional directors, because really there are lots of places that not many media houses would go anyway.
Right.
So what's the need for
Mama
this?
you cry. You are even applying some practicality to it, as if there won't be much effect from this decision. But there will be a great effect. The Electoral Commission does not have the mandate to restrict the media from how it observes our elections. I mean, in the entirety of our democracy, there is never going to be a time when the media's eyes and ears are needed more than during an election. And the EC, the referee, is deciding which media houses get to cover the election.
So I'm sure that
That's so wrong.
That mandate?
It's so wrong.
Who gave them that authority?
The circular did not explain how they're going to decide which media houses would be allowed. And I don't know. And this decision is a so easy decision.
And I'm guessing that that the EC is here to issue the accreditations. So obviously they will issue accreditations to the media houses. They want them to be at the collations. So if you don't get accreditation,
you see,
are not welcome.
this is something very, very troubling. Look, if I'm organizing my private event and I'm doing accreditation and I want to decide who will come and who won't come, that's up to me. But at a public event, a state event, where accreditation is required, as long as I'm a media house and I go through the process and I qualify, how do you restrict me? On what grounds will you restrict a licensed media house from covering a national or a state event if they have gone through the correct and proper process to be accredited for it?
Yeah.
On what basis will you restrict them?
One of the ways to ensure free, fair, transparent elections is to allow
everybody
to
participate.
If I have the resources and I want to do it, it's up
Look,
to me.
our time is going, but let me just say, because this is important, right? Let me just say this quickly before our time runs out. I remember when Charlotte Osei was running the EC, one of the things that she always insisted on was that, look, if a request is made that the EC should make an accommodation, and that accommodation will not cause harm or in any way create an unfair advantage for anybody, they will grant it. They will grant it just so that those participating in the election feel that they are being heard and they don't feel excluded.
We should come back to the subject. It's really important.
All right.